Nice, great day here in New York. Still all caught up with the coronavirus. How's everybody doing on their end? Everybody's surviving and doing pretty well? Good, good, good. All right, so before we get started, I want you guys to go out there and I want everybody to write down this number, okay? And the number is 9. Okay, everybody just put number 9 in the chat room. Just want to make sure everybody can put that number in there, right? Just write number 9. If you do not put the number down, that means that you're watching another TV show. You're looking at 16 other different monitors. I got to make sure everybody's got a number 9 in there. All right, that's only about half the people. All right, there we go. You got to put one more number in there because these two numbers are going to be very important at the end of the presentation. I want you to put number 18. Put the number 18 in there. There you go. Bruno, you wrote 81. Got it backwards. That's okay. All right. So just remember those two numbers because at the end of the presentation, I'm going to tell you a really great story about those two numbers. All right. And in the meantime, everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks for Rightline having me here. It has been a very overwhelming, couple of months. I'm finding more and more people want to learn how to trade. They want to get into trading. And, I hear stories from people that their biggest issue is that they blow up their accounts. They literally just blow up their accounts. They try to get back into it. And then it all comes down to it, like who really trained you? That's really where it comes down to. And what kind of trading you're looking to do. So with that said, I want to get to know a little bit about everyone here. What kind of trader is everybody? Are you day traders, stock traders, swing traders, Forex, options? I want to kind of just get the feel get to know what kind of trader everybody is in this room that is listening in right now. All right, futures. All right, anyone else? Christian, okay. Day trading futures, swing trading options, Dale. Bonnie says you're one of my students. Nice to see you, Bonnie. Thanks for joining us. Some futures scalping, some intraday swing. Well, there's no such thing of intraday. Oh, intraday swing. Okay. All right. So just to let you know what I am, I'm actually a day trader. And day trading's been my life. Love it. Been doing it for 25 years. I started the first educational school in the industry. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But the thing is this, what you're about to learn right now, fellow traders, it's going to be quite disturbing because, you hear the good, you hear the bad, you hear the ugly, and then people don't realize that if you just listen to someone that does it for a living or, was a market maker like I was, but worked for a trading firm, then you'll understand what you're seeing, what you're not seeing, and what you should be doing versus what you should not be doing. So we're going to be talking about, which you can see from the PowerPoint, we're going to talk about basically how to find these stocks moving in the morning. We're going to talk about the coronavirus stocks that have done very, very well due to this market. I'm going to talk about one of the most popular things that CyberTrading University is very well known for, which is level 3. And I'm going to show you how to find these stocks, how they go up and down the way they do. So listen, I'm just going to let you know that I only have about 45 minutes and I can't teach you how to trade in 45 minutes. But what I can do is I could spark your interest and then finally teach you and hopefully we'll get you the opportunity to come and learn more about what we're about, why people are looking to get into this. So that's really my ultimate goal. So listen to me very carefully. Try to follow along. If I talk too fast, I apologize. I'm from New York and we're always in a rush. But I'll try to be very, very specific on what this is all about in a way that, about what's happening in today's markets, because there's no better time to get in right now. I'm telling you right now, I've been waiting for this, unfortunately, catastrophe that we're having. I just wish it wasn't this bad since the financial crisis. So as much some of you remember back then, that was pretty bad back then. Obviously, it's a lot worse, and this is going to probably be around for a while. You're seeing people losing jobs, unemployment. The whole world's is out of work, basically. And the thing is, do you really, really believe in that you're going to get your job back? I mean, do you really believe that this is over in the next couple of weeks? Do you really think that the market's going to still be as volatile as it is? Well, that's why more people starting to realize, you know what? Working from home is really not that bad. You know, all this negativity I hear about the stock market, it's really why is everyone so against it? Why beat them? Why not join them? And that's how I got into the industry. So just to let you know, I'm a regular speaker on Nasdaq. I specifically talk about level 3. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, and actually, it's going to be quite disturbing what you're about to learn, because you're going to realize that the way things go up and go down is due to supply and demand, just buyers and sellers. That's it. Traders make things more complicated than what it really is. It doesn't have to be that complicated, but everybody thinks that there's this crystal ball out there. Everybody's looking for somebody to tell them what's going up and down. And listen, I learned from some of the best traders in the industry. They're not very good teachers. They were pretty hard on me. They were pretty bad yellers, actually, and nasty people. But you know what? I didn't mind. I wasn't looking for somebody who had good bedside manners. I just want somebody to get me off the respirator and to survive. Because I don't know if you heard, 88% of the people on respirators don't make it. Okay. So how did the other 12% make it? Well, that's the same thing about trading. Hate to compare it as a life or death type of thing, but do you know 80, 90% of people who trade the market lose money? For what reason? Did you follow the rules? Did you do what they told you to do? And 9 out of 10 times people say, nah, I never really did. But you know what? Let's fix that problem. So big question people always ask me, it says, Fausto, if you're such a good trader, why do you teach? And you know what? I don't see that being a very rude or insulting question. And I think that's a very legitimate question you should ask anybody. Are you doing it to make money on training courses? Are you looking for, to build up a brand and sell out to somebody else? Why do you do it? Well, how I got into the industry is exactly what I'm trying to do today. I'm trying to recruit people I could teach so I could trade with. You see, I'm only as good as the people I teach. This is not the Fausto show, okay? Listen, I don't know about you, but I'm not an ego guy. Listen, I'm past that. I'm not 22-year-old anymore. I'm 48, and I don't need to go out there and pound my chest and talk to my dog or, show off my new car, let me rev it up and show you all this cash in my center console. I don't know. I think that's like unclassy. It's probably pretty cool for a 24-year-old. But for some of us here, a little bit older, maybe retirees, we just want to have a better life. We just want to survive. We want to have help support our kids. And we don't want to hear the bullshit, excuse my French. Honestly, but what I'm looking to do is, the only reason why I was good at what I did is that my mentors taught me that you have to learn from good traders. That's really what it comes down to it. And you got to be part of that team. So that's why I teach. I'm teaching here to find people that I could train, that I could trade with, to trade together, because there's no way else doing it, because this is not a one-man show. You have to trade with somebody. And that's why you'll see us have chat rooms and trading rooms and everything that comes along with it. So just to keep in mind, everybody here is going to need a mentor, and you might need more than one. And you know what? That's okay. You should sample a little bit of all the different types of markets, Forex, futures, options. But let me tell you, if you think you're going to learn this on YouTube, you're wasting your time. Just, you know what? When they open up the government, we open for business, then, maybe it's time to go back to work. If you don't want to do that or don't know if your work's going to be there, then you better listen and learn from professionals. And honestly, you're going to need to listen to more than one. Now, why are we here? We are here for one reason and one reason only. And that's not about making money. Who the hell put that up there? Of course I'm here to make money. No. Actually, it's true. You're not here to learn how to make money. You're here to stop losing it. You see, if you were making money, chances are you probably wouldn't be here. It's like, why do I have to go to a doctor if I'm healthy? Maybe they just go a routine checkup, whatever it is. You only go when you're sick, right? And that is one of the biggest things that I was trained. You want to know, to stop getting butterflies when you're doing that trade. You want to know, why is that when you buy it, the thing always goes against you? You want to know how to start journaling. You want to know how to have what tools you really need and what you don't really need. You want someone to sit there and be your coach and be your boss. That's what you need to learn. That's how you make money in trading. And that's one of the big things we stress here at CyberTrade University. But to do that, you have to know where to find the stocks. Okay. And it all starts there. So what I'm about to show you right now, I want to get right into the training. And I want to show you exactly what the style of CyberTrade University is and what we do here on Wall Street. Is basically, how we find them, how do we know if they're going to go up or how they're going to continue to go down, how to cut losses, understand the little shakes that they do, and then hopefully all of you would take the opportunity to maybe be part of our team. So the first place we look at is this. Whenever we trade the market, we look for stocks that have low risk, high reward. You see, I really don't care what I trade. I really don't. I mean, I'm here to find stocks that are just have good volatility. That's really about it. So when you're looking over here on the chart, on the PowerPoint, you could see that there are stocks up 400%, 200%, 170%, 80%. Look at all these stocks that are up. Ask yourself a question. When was the last time you were ever in a stock that was up 100%, 200%, or even like 30% or 40%? Probably never. You heard of them. They're like unicorns. I heard of them. I never seen one, Well, guess what? You could actually see them. They're there all day long. And you know what? Us as traders, we just focus on the big percentage gainers and losers. Shorting is awesome. I don't know why people are so scared of shorting. Shorting is like whatever goes up comes down twice as fast. But the question is, who's driving it down? When is it going to stop? Is this 177% stock going to go up to 400%? Well, those are the things that you need to understand, and we teach you here at CyberTrade University. But the first thing I want you to understand is this. We don't care what we trade. We don't want to know what we trade. We just want to make money. That's it. With the least amount of risk, with the high amount of reward. So how do you know where to buy and sell them? Now we know where to look for them on the big percentage gainers and losers. Now how do we know where to jump in and jump out? When you look at a chart, we all look at trends. But what the problem with a chart is working off of past history. It's not telling you what's going to happen in the future. You could do some research, but we see stocks break supports and resistance levels all the time. How do we know when the stock is going to stop? How do we know when the stock's going to rebound? How do you know what a double top is, a triple bottom, a bull flag, a bear flag, a pendant? You hear all these crazy lingo. What the hell does that mean? What does it really, really mean? You know what it really means? Just follow the damn money. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. So guys, fellow traders, ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to see right now, I say this all the time. This is going to be really disturbing. And actually what you're going to see right now, people always say, why more people don't talk about this? Why am I just hearing it for the first time? Listen, everybody has their style. I don't know where most people learn their training. All I know is that if you came to New York and you try to get a job on Wall Street and you try to be a trader in the firm, this is what they teach you. And I'm just passing it over to you. Now, my job is not just to teach you how to use the platform, but hopefully this is going to show you, holy crap, I need to know this stuff. And then hopefully you can be part of my team so we could do this together. So let me show you something. Let me talk about what we got right here. This is called NASDAQ Total View. All right. Now, this is just one of several of them out there. Okay. There's not the only one out there, but I'm using this one because it's a brand name product. This is NASDAQ software. NASDAQ sells it to you. It's not, you don't get it through Schwab software, TD Ameritrade software. This is NASDAQ. Okay. This is their exchange. Let me put it this way. Did you ever go down? Did anybody here get the opportunity to go to the New York Stock Exchange, the floor of the exchange? Anybody here ever had a chance to go to go down there? Greatest traders, that's where everybody is, right? I mean, you want to go to the source. Okay. Great. Some of you, a lot of you haven't. No. Got one person that said yes. Okay. Well, if you were down there, you're in the pit. You're right in the heart of an auction. You know exactly where guys are running from what booth to what booth. You'll know eventually who's the big guys, who's we call, the small guys, people that are whales and people are guppies, meaning, who are who controls the stat stock and who doesn't. You obviously don't have that technology. No, I'm sorry. You don't have that access. You don't have a seat on the exchange. Well, guess what? You actually now have a seat on the exchange. And here it is right here. So is this info show, is it only teasers bringing down NASDAQ or is the whole Fry, this is I don't know what that word means, teasers. What does teasers mean? This ain't teaser. This is the actual true data of the market. This is what you're looking at. So let's talk about what we have right here. Yes, this is the true, not the trades. We didn't get to the trades part. This is the true orders. Okay. So let's talk about what we have here. We're looking at Uber. Okay. So let me get my little pointers out here so hopefully you can follow along. Okay. Here I got my little dot over here. Okay. So here are you buyers. Okay. And then you got three very important columns. You got shares, bid, and orders. Whoever wants to buy the stock is up here on top. You could see that there's one order for 300 shares looking to buy the stock at $26.25. Let's just say you wanted to buy it. And you said, you know what? I want to buy it at $26.14. So what would happen is your order will go down here. And depending on how many shares you want to buy, will just be posted up here at 200. Okay. So you got 200 shares right there at that price, basically. Now, when you come join my trading room, you'll see, we'll show you live, interaction. You'll see how we place bids and offers out there. So I just want to kind of point out that what you're looking at, this is the seat on the exchange on the NASDAQ market that you could place bids and offers on. Okay. It's quite amazing. After all that you've been through, and after all you've been through with these brokerage firms trying to make money off you and trying to tell you what's going on, you finally now have the technology and have the access to see, to place bids and offers out there. But not only be able to put the orders out there, but you could see everybody's order out there and at what price they want to buy it at. Now, the next thing is this. Let me just change it. Okay. So how do we use this data? Okay. Now, does anybody here know how to read a chart? Just give me a yes or no. Anybody here know how to read a chart? Dale says, sure, sort of. I like sort of better. I'll tell you why. 80% of people read charts, read them backwards. Okay. Hopefully. I like that one. That's another good word. Okay. I'll tell you why people read them backwards, and you're going to see what I mean. You'll notice on this chart, I really don't have any data on it. It's just more or less a candlestick. Okay. And basically, I want you to understand what a chart is. A chart is what happened in the past. Okay. And the thing is, what we're looking at here, let me get my little pointer again. So what you're looking at right here is you want to see where the buyers and sellers, you want to see where the stock's going to hit support and resistance. So you'll notice the stock, we're looking at ATVI, and it started around like $60, okay, at 9:30 this morning. And it came right down and it stopped exactly at this price of like 58.45. And then you could see that it tried to go up, it came back down, tried to go up, came back down. Finally, the thing just was having a major issue getting past that 58.40. And it just shot up and went all the way to almost 60 back again, which is like, if you do the math, if you bought 1,000 shares of that stock, you made almost $1 on that. That's about $1,000. That's about $250,000 a year. But the question is, why did it stop at that 58.40? Why didn't it go to 58? Why didn't it go to 57? Why did it stop at 59? Why 58.40? Why did it just hit it and hit it like a brick wall? Like when you take a ball and you drop it and it bounces right up. Why? Look, it's like Boom, thing went up. Boom, went up. Why that price? There's only one way to answer that question. Right here on the right-hand side, where you see all the buyers, because remember, that is called a demand. Must be buyers out there. You could see right here at that same number that there's 176,000 shares out there looking to be bought. 176,000. Okay. So hold on. I kind of messed up the camera for some of you. There you go. Okay. So anybody here buying 176,000 share orders? Anybody buying like dropping, about $6 million worth of stock? Anybody here trade about $6 million, $7 million worth of stock? Put it into an idea? Anybody? Geez, no. But you know what, Steven? If you were able to know who was, would that hurt you or would that help you? If you own this stock and knew that there's somebody out there that has a gazillion more shares than you would ever trade, wouldn't you want to know where the big boy is, where the big whale is? Right. It would be nice, right? Well, guess what? Fortunately for you, that data is available. Okay. And guess what? By knowing that guy was out there, that was the explanation why the stock went up. Let's change the slide here. Let's look at it, resistance levels. Okay. So here you have a stock, Peloton, and you can see how the stock literally went from, I don't know, $32 all the way up, and it stopped around 36, right? Why did the stock go that high and then decide to stop at 36 and go back down? Why didn't it stop at 38? Why didn't it stop at 34? Why is that more of that? Why did it back off at 36? Well, there's only one way to explain it. Sellers. Remember, when we trade a stock, what do? We buy and we sell, right? Must have been sellers out there that's right. That's right, Stephen. And sure enough, when you look down here, when you own a stock, remember, it's so how the whole game plan works. When you own something, you're always having a game plan where to sell, right? You got to have that game plan to sell. You want to sell because you didn't make any money until you sell the stock. I don't care if you guys bought the bottom or whatever. Until you sell it, you didn't make anything, okay? That's all fake money right now until you officially take – hey, I hate to use the word like in gambling, but how many times have anybody here gambled and went to the casino and you're like, and you got a whole pile of chips. I'm like, I'm doing great. And then you go back to your spouse. I'm like, honey, I left you. It's great. How'd you? Oh, I lost it all. I'm like, you lost it all? You had all those chips. I didn't walk away. I got too greedy. It's the same thing with trading. Okay. I hate to compare it to gambling, but my definition of gambling is not having control. And you obviously didn't have control not to realize that if you didn't have a game plan, knowing that you were going up against a 43,000 share seller at 36, that you had to deal with that. Guess what? You just gave away a huge part of your profit. It's not that complicated. All right. Any questions? By the way, anybody confused? Let me see a question from Chantel. That screenshot then level 2 a few minutes after the stock reached the top. Would it have been interesting to have that a few minutes before? It's not even a few minutes before. It could be a few seconds before. It could be whatever it may be. It could just be a couple of points before. But you know what? When you really think about Chantel, think about how much that would help you to have a game plan to know where to get and where to get out. My wife says I'm confused. Steve, are you confused right now? Steven, are you confused? You still confused about the buyers and sellers? Just give me yes or no. Sort of. Well, a lot of people are saying no. Swooty, you're saying no. Anyone else confused? Can I get NASDAQ total view? Of course you could. Of course you could. And NASDAQ wants you to have it. They want to give it to you. But the problem is, I'd rather you not get it because I never taught you how to use it. You got to know how to use it first. That's the most important thing. All right. So listen, I'm running out of time because I got a lot more to cover. What's that, a crow? All right. So let's do a little test right here, okay? Everybody ready to understand supply and demand? Okay, let's have a little fun right here. What's the trend of this stock, everybody? Is this going up or down, this stock? Let's see how you answer this question. It's going up or down? Just put in the chat room, up or down? Down, down, down. What's the first thing comes into your mind? Brian, what about you? Ego? Okay, everybody says go down, down, down. Okay. So listen, if you said it was going down, congratulations, you're absolutely right. The stock is going down. Okay. No question about it. No, you don't have to make it's not complicated. You could see the trend's down. Perfect. Now, here's the $64,000 question. When is this stock going to stop? When is it going to go back up? Because we know stocks don't go in a straight line, right? What do we need for this stock to go up? You got to wait for support. Okay. Well, Chantel, what makes support? Buyers. Okay. Do you see? Okay. Is exactly my point. Do you see buyers on a chart? You see buyers on a chart? No. So a chart's like worthless. Chart's worthless. I don't see buyers on a chart. And sometimes you can't even go back in history and say that, oh, support is, at 12 at $5. I mean, that $5.11 is a very big difference in price. Okay. You need buyers. Okay. So let's go over here. We're looking at American Airlines. That's that stock we're looking at. Okay. Work my way down. Let me get my crayon here. And you'll notice right now the stock is trading at that price around 11.69, right? And when you work your way down, you got buyers at every single penny level. 4,000 buyers, 6,000 shares of buyers, 3,000, 1,000. But when you get all the way down to 11.50, okay, you're talking almost 250,000 shares looking to be bought at that $11.50 price, $11.50 price. I mean, almost more than 250,000 shares. So like 160,000, a hell of a lot more than you're buying. And it's made up of literally almost 350 buyers, 350 different orders. Okay. All different people from all over, you, me, everybody that make up that we all want to buy at that specific number. So let's just think about this for a second. In theory, what do you think is going to happen when we get to that 11.50 price range? What do you think is going to happen? It's probably going to go up, right? Very good. It'll probably turn. Okay. Well, unfortunately for the chart, you can't look at the past. This is the future. Guess what? Like a rubber band, if you weren't prepared within that 1 minute, that thing just shot up and look where it went to and went all the way to 1220. So it's all about having a game plan. So there you go. Look at that. You just said on a chart it was going down. You didn't really have the true data. Then you're finally looking at the right data. And then you say, you know what? Come to think about it, I know it's going down, but we're coming up to a bunch of buyers. In theory, it's got to go up because why would anybody want to buy a stock at that price? Steven said it's incredible. Steven, this is why I love teaching people because, to me, it's just so exciting to see like people start seeing the light and start realizing it. They're like, Fausto, where the hell you been all my life? I mean, everybody's talking about this stuff. I didn't know that this is all it is. Well, listen, I can't speak for, for futures traders, for Forex traders, for option traders. I'm just speaking for us day traders. And there's a lot of people out there trying to day trade, but don't even know how to day trade. They just think, to me personally, they just got lucky. If you ever meet anyone that's actually trading, they really pretty much got lucky, and in this business, you do not want to be lucky. The last thing you want to do is be lucky. It's like going fishing. You're like, oh yeah, I finally caught that whale. But you know what? You just got to put in your time. You can't think every time you're going to go out, you're going to hit a home run. You got to put in your time. It also, right. Thank you very much. It takes out the guesswork. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are listening along. You know what? I love the commentary. I love when people asking questions because you know what? This makes it so much more fun. And this is why I like doing live presentations and not like that phony, evergreen, webinars that people do. Those tape recordings. You know what I'm talking about? I hate those things. You know what I mean? You think like you're really in a webinar, and then sure enough, like it's some guy typing in there. This is way, you want to have somebody there that's answering your questions and showing to you as it's happening. Josh said, "Is this live?" I know, right? Fortunately for you, it is. Okay. A couple other questions coming to you. How fast does it turn on those orders disappear? Dale, we're going to talk about that next. Okay. Does Nasdaq total view? It was at 12 hours 9 in the chart to reach 1 hour before. Are there different hours? No, they're all the same. This is all live. It's all real time. There's no delay. Okay. All right. Let's do something. Let's do the opposite. What everyone does. Right. Let's just look at the level 3 version. Okay. Let's just look at Nasdaq. And by the way, I just want you guys to know there's more than one. There's the New York Stock Exchange has their own book. EDGX has their own book. There's a bunch of books out there. I'm just showing you one. So don't think that there's the only one. Oh, I'm just showing you like, oh, Fausto just told me what to do. Let me just get the book viewer. No. You buy this, you can do more harm to yourself than good. I'm just showing you one, but there's more that you could aggregate with them. So just keep that in mind. Let's look at Norwegian Cruise Line. Cruise stocks got crushed with the coronavirus. Okay. Without looking at all these fancy windows and bells and windows and, indicators, let's just look right straight to data. Where do you think resistance levels is on Norwegian Cruise Line? Without looking at anything, where do you think resistance levels is? Remember, resistance is made by sellers. Sellers are on the right. Where do you see sellers? By the way, if you can't answer this question, just honestly, don't take this the wrong way. You should just quit trading right now. It's really not for you. If you can't answer, I'd rather you get the answer wrong than sit there like a deer in the headlights. Okay. Like VM, I didn't hear from you. Wave, I didn't hear from you. George, what about you? Mike, Chris, Barb, Al, don't be shy. Nobody's going to pick on you. Listen, if you don't talk when you're trading, you obviously can't be a trader of mine because part of what we do when we trade, we're trading together. You have to communicate. I can't read your mind. When you're in a position, when we're trading together, we need to know where we're at because we're at war right now. We're out there trying to find it and making sure, because if I don't know you're in a position, how am I supposed to help you? Because I could sell a position and be like, oh, Fausto, what do I do? I'm in this position, Norwegian Cruise Line. I'm like, when are you going to tell me that? Oh, well, you said you liked it. I'm like, yeah, but I didn't know you bought it. Why'd you say it in the chat room? You have to be, you have to engage in the trading. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed, because this is how traders work. Okay, so now, good. I'm glad a bunch of you guys woke up. Now, let's look at this. If you said $12, congratulations, you're right, because the stock went up. You had sellers working their way all the way down here from $11.95, but you had a 61,000 share seller. You have 74 different orders out there that make up that 61,000 shares at $12. What more do you need to know without looking at anything else that $12 is resistance levels? Well, let's go check the chart. Unfortunately for some people, they look at this chart and they say, oh, this stock's going higher. Definitely going higher. Trends up, everything. And I bet if I throw a couple of Fibonacci's and 200 moving averages and an SMA and and a Bollinger Band, you're probably going to drool in your mouth like, oh, this thing's going back to 15. One problem, the chart doesn't tell you that you're going up against a 61,000 share seller at $12. Right? So guess what? As 90% of people think it's going up, the 10% of us know it's going down. And then people like thinking, And this is the greatest line ever. Okay. My mentor, Frank Farrar, taught me this, and I'm going to share it with you. You're looking at this stock, right? How many times do you buy and sell a stock and you think somebody's watching you, right? As soon as you buy it, it goes down. As soon as you sell it, it goes up. Okay, we know what he told me. Well, why don't we just start watching them? If you feel they're watching you, why don't we just start watching them, right? Because that's where it comes down to it. They're like, wow, it makes sense. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, how do we watch them? Just what I'm showing you, using the level 3. Because if you didn't, that nice little profit you had that went from 11 to 12, you just lost it all. And how many times that happened to you? How frustrating and annoying that this keeps happening. Well, anyway, this is what we teach at Cybertrade University. I call them iceberg orders. Okay, I came up with that word, over 20 years ago, and it all came. I don't know if anyone follow me on YouTube, I actually did a video on explaining what an iceberg order in trading is. But basically, it's about the movie Titanic. I watched it. Very sad movie. Highly recommend you watch it. But anyway, you all know about the movie, the story about the Titanic, the most unsinkable ship. Well, it's not unsinkable until it came up to an iceberg, and they didn't realize it's not what's on top of the water; it's on the bottom of the water. And we all know what happened. Hit an iceberg, everybody in that lovely ship died. Okay, so do you want to blow up your account? Do you want to bump into an iceberg and be the next Titanic? No, I don't think so. So you got to have the right radar, and you got to have the right staff and the right team, so you can monitor the ship and we all could trade together. Okay, that's where it all comes down to it. Now, the next question to kind of answer Chantel's question, everybody else, is people always ask me, are these fake orders? Like, how do you know they're real or they get executed? I hear that all the time. First of all, this is not like the fake news. Okay, these are real orders. And if you don't believe me, when you guys come into my trading room, we'll go out there. I'll find a beautiful, gorgeous 280,000 share order. We'll use your money and we'll execute. You tell me how fake it is. And then you can start seeing people like go, would, maybe not. Okay, well, listen, they're all real. Now, can a guy cancel an order? Of course they could. Okay. So that's how basic thing, that's what you have to look at. You got to know, that these are all real orders. Now, we all know when we look at a chart, and with those support and resistance, they break support and resistance levels all the time, which only means one thing. Somebody must have bought that stock, or guy must have canceled. So does anybody here use something called time and sales? That window right here in the middle? Everybody see this window right here? Dale says, when I watched it, 4 high school girls in front of us hated it. All those people died. Well, Dale, you know what? It was a sad movie. I guess they missed the love story part of it, when it came to the Titanic. But listen, we want trading to end as a love story, right? And we want to keep it as a love story. So that's what basically trading comes along with it. But when you look at this, look at the time and sales. And by the way, for some of you say that you don't use it, I know why you don't use it, because you're probably saying it's moving too fast, and you're probably saying, you don't know how to use it, how to utilize it. I'm a tape reader. If you ever read any of the old books, or even read my book, I'm also an author of How to Beat Market Makers at Their Own Game. I'm actually a tape reader. A tape reader reads the tape, and we see where the transactions take place. So kind of reiterate how valuable this is, which, I forgot to mention, the chart gets its data from time and sales. I don't know if you guys knew that. But right here, if you look at this, so what's happening is that the stock, hold on, let me get my pointer again so you follow along. So you can see right here, the stock broke that resistance levels of $9. Now, remember, there was a 280,000 share seller out there. How did it get past $9? Somebody went out there and bought it. And look, 3,000 shares, 1,000, 1,700, 16,000, 16,000, 2,000, 13,000. Look at those transactions. Somebody went out there and thought it was a screaming buy. By the way, you see where INO is today? It's some stock that we've been trading. We're doing great with INO. I think it's like, what, $12, $13 now? Great moving stock. Let me just look at it. I think I have it right here. INO kept breaking new highs. Yeah, you can see it ran up to $13. Stock's been a fun stock right here. 7 all the way to 13. This is just recently. So anyway, why is it breaking and going high? Because somebody thought it was a good buy. And you know what? If you saw that and you ever heard of a breakout, that's an official breakout. And you know what? In less than 2 hours, an hour, the stock ran $1 on a $9,000 investment. $9,000. Where do you make $1,000 in an hour, in 2 hours? Tell you one thing, you could sit there and wait for that stimulus check for $1,200 from the government all you want. You know what? You could keep it. I'll stick with this. If you're seriously worried about stimulus checks, that's a problem. That's scary. Okay? Because you're not getting any money after that. You still got to go to work and make money. And this is why more people are starting to realize and come into these events and says, you know what? I got to make money. What could I do that is not heavily risky, that I could surround myself with great traders? And that's why more people are looking to get involved in this after the whole coronavirus. I'm telling you, more and more people are going to start doing this and start realizing it. This is just so much easier, less controllable. And hell, if you're good with numbers, you're going to hit it out of the park. By the way, here's American Airlines, another great one. Look at this trade right here. 305,000 shares looking to be bought. 305,000. 130. Hold on. 130. See my pointer. 134 orders. Right there at $13. Guess what? Definitely a big support level. But look at all those reds. Somebody just hit the button. Sell, sell, sell. Look at the stock from 9 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock. Stock dropped over $4. Phenomenal short. Would you ever think that you could have short a stock going down $4? Would you ever think a stock would go below 13? Where was American Airlines? 40, 50, 60, wherever it was? Now look at it. $10. People thought it was a screaming buy. People thought it was a screaming buy when it was at 30. People tripled down at 20. People are flipping out at 10 and selling it all. And now it's going back up. Point is this. You just got to follow the money already. Look at these. Look at this. 28,000 shares. 200. I'm sorry. It's a 280,000 share seller. 28,000, 5,000, 14,000, 2,000. Look at red. You know, you're going to question those people? Not going to work. So, any questions so far before we move on? Fausto, how can I get scan the stocks like that? Michael, that's a great question. And the best way to do it, at the end of this presentation, does everybody remember those two numbers, 9 and 18? Remember those two numbers, 9 and 18. But the thing is this, I'm going to invite every single one of you to come in my trading room so I can show it to you live. You see, I can't, like I told you when we first came in here, I can't teach you how to make money in 45 minutes, okay? All I could do is spark your interest. That's all I could do, okay? I can only show you, but I got to show you this live for about a week. It's not going to take you a week, you know, but if you let me just show you and you could see all the traders doing it and how they think for themselves, and then you'll find the real truth about it. Right now, I'm just showing you that whatever you heard about the good and the bad and the ugly about what we do, you know what? Why don't you go find out the real truth? You know, my father told me there's three things that you have to learn. No, there's his story, the other one's story, and the truth. Okay. You ever hear like, you know, someone like, oh, this one's fighting with that one? Yeah. Well, you heard his story, like, oh, he's definitely wrong. You hear his story, you know, and then he's telling you the totally opposite. And then there's the truth. We're going to go see the truth right after we're all done today. Now, but I just want to keep in mind, is this better than the Dark Pools, the Whisperer? She actually is one of my instructors. Did you know that? I don't know if you ever know that. Do you know she was one of my instructors? She used to work for me. Taught her everything she learned. And she's not the only one. You talking about Stephanie? Yeah, she's one of my instructors. And she's only, like I said, she's only one of several of them out there. A lot of my students were actually started their own schools. Yeah, I mean, listen, and you know what? Hopefully, I'll get the chance to teach you too, and you could be like her too. I mean, you know what? And you're going to realize that when you know how to learn how to trade, and then eventually, when you go on your own, you're going to start your own practice. That's really what it comes down to it. Okay. But Rite Aid, yeah, I mean, here, look, you don't need to make a lot of money to make it very successfully. Okay. 50 cents, $500. You don't got to kill it and make $2, $3. You just got to make a day's pay. If you can make 50 cents a day on $500, there's a $100,000 salary. Try to find a job today that's going to pay you $500 a day. Tell you one thing, Social Security's not paying for it also. Trust me. I love talking about this, but this really is the greatest job in the world. You know what makes it so hard? What really makes it stink is that people try to do it on their own. They don't want to take the time to learn from other people. Because there's no law against it. It's not like, everybody wish they could be a doctor, chiropractor, whatever it is, a brain surgeon, whatever. If they didn't have to go to college and lay out $250,000, I think a lot of people would do, because I heard it pays pretty good. But would you want somebody to work on your brain that never went to med school or, got licensed? Unfortunately, with this, there's no license. So that's why we find a lot of people blow up their accounts, because nobody's, because when I actually originally started, you had to get licensed. You had to pass your test. You're 7, you're 63. Now you don't have to do it anymore. Unfortunately, it's not a good thing, because, that's why a lot of people lose money. But I'm telling you right now, every one of you are going to need a mentor. You really are going to need a mentor. Now, let's get to the ending and let me get everyone registered. But before we do, I want to let you guys know there's a lot of crap out there. There's a lot of schools out there. And I know a lot of you have done your interviews and really have watched other people, and you see what they're charging. CyberTrading University, we're endorsed by more brokerage firms than anyone in the industry. We're not the greatest marketers. We don't want to be. We're very, very selective. We're not the greatest when it comes to getting, 10,000 people in a webinar like some other people. But you know what? We have a very good reputation. None of these brokerage firms would never let me do presentations for them if we were teaching people how to lose money. These people do background checks on us, credit checks, not only me, my staff, my instructors. If it's good for them, it should be good for you. And if you're going to go with anyone, make sure they're being monitored and compliance by these brokerage firms, regardless of whatever you read in the internet. Listen, there's extortionists on the internet. You know what I mean? There are competitors. I'll bash other competitors. We all know that. But these guys, believe me, they do their homework. All right. They're attorneys. They don't want to get sued for millions of dollars. Trust me. So this is what I'm offering all of you here. I want you to come and join me, and listen, Rightline did the same thing. We all have trading rooms. Come and try all of our trading rooms around. Try them out. See what they're like. Okay. This is the original one I started 25 years ago, and nothing has changed. Works great. We do live audio commentary, live trading. And the big thing I want you to look at this in this room is this. Don't judge us on the winners. Okay. Don't look at my winners. Okay. Don't look at what I do. I want you to look at my students. Look at my traders. Look how they interact with each other. Look how they trade with each other. Look how they make money, how they make call outs. And you're like, crap, how does a 90-year-old woman, from Canada making 6 figures on that stock? How does she do that? Listen, you don't got to be, a 22-year-old kid to do this, to be successful at it. This is for everybody. As long as you love what you do, you'll be very good at it. But I want you to look at them. Don't look at me. You'll never see me brag. You'll never see me tell anybody what to buy and sell, because it's illegal. I teach you how to figure it out, and you see if they could do it. Now, we start at 8 o'clock in the morning. We start live commentary around 9 o'clock in the morning. We only trade about an hour in the morning and the last hour of the close. That's the most active time of us trading. So that's why I'm doing a webinar right now. I'll start trading around 3:30, the last 30 minutes. And there's a reason for that, and you'll see it. So it's not like something for some of us think you got to be here all day. That's not true. That's a misconception. I don't know whoever taught you that. Okay. Now, this is all I'm asking for. $9. That's it. Just 9 lousy, stinking dollars. The reason why I asked for $9, it's just an application fee to let us know if you're a real person or not. I don't believe me. I don't need the $9. Believe me, I'll be bankrupt. By within 2 minutes. The $9 is for us to let us know who you are, where you're from, to know a little bit about you, and it gives you you put a little skin in the game. Okay, just a week. I just need a week. Okay. Now I would start like, you could start on Monday. You could watch the videos that you're going to get with it, the crash course, but you're going to get a lot of stuff with this. You're going to be able to talk to your own personal education advisor. You're going to have access to our instructors. You're going to have weekly, daily live Q&A sessions. You're going to get 100 hours of recordings, which I don't know if anyone really cares about that, because I don't think anyone's going to watch most of them, which is okay, but they're there. We record everything we do. You get a premium workshop, and as a bonus, if you sign up right now, the first 20 people will get a free coaching class with me. Okay. And the reason for that is this: you're going to have a lot of questions, and it's very hard. I know some of you guys are good typers or whatever, but you know what? When you get in the room, you pay your $9, and then it's time for me to interview you. Then it's me to say, okay, let's see if this is really for you or not. Okay. And that's all it is. So all you have to do is just go to, let me bring up a browser. The ctu.co. And here we go. Just click over here. And here's the link. I'll just put it in the chat room. There you go. All right. Everybody can see that. All right. Now, a lot of my whole staff is working from home because of coronavirus. Remember, we're like in the hot spot of the whole coronavirus. So we have staff that are working home. They're all connected. The phone systems are working. So you can call us up with the number on the screen, but realistically, just go online and register. All right. Josh, look forward to seeing you there. And by the way, I hope I don't confuse you with Josh, one of our instructors. All right. A couple of questions. I got about 2 minutes here before I have to go, before the next presenter comes in. Let me see what I got here. Let me see. Question. I want to trade options. Would this help me? Okay. So listen, you want to be a good options trader. You damn well better learn how to trade stocks first. Okay. It's the movement of the stock that makes an option move. Options are very, very difficult. And the thing about options, there's so many ways of trading options. You could take courses with everybody. Everyone's going to have their own spin on it, and they're all going to change things around. Don't worry about options right now, especially in this type of market. Is very, very volatile. The spreads are very, very big. Once you learn to trade the stock first, and then you can worry about options later. But please don't be the people out there trying to trade options because they say, well, I heard it's cheaper. Yeah. Why is it cheaper? First of all, I always say, who's got more money? The guy who owns the house or the guy who rents the house? Okay. You want to be a renter or you want to be an owner? Obviously sometimes it's worth renting, but is that your first priority running a family? Oh, we're going to get married, honey. We're going to have 5 kids, but I'm only renting. I'm never buying a house. Yeah. Let me know how that works out for you. Okay. We are having kids, going from school to school to school and everything. You know what I mean? Any other questions? Your reverse split is, during reverse splits, we actually had a reverse split today, Fabi, that happened with JNUG, and that's really bad news. Worst news you can have in the stock is get a reverse split. Let me see. So what do we get for the $9? Okay, so let me go back. For the $9, you're getting everything here. Okay, you're getting the live trading room, the original one. By the way, one of you said, about Stock Whisper. Once again, same thing. One of my instructors copied me, which is great. That's basically, it's a winning formula. 3 daily market meetings, a morning and afternoon watch list, your own personal education advisor, which is very rare you get with anybody. No one really does that. And you get access with Q&A and answers, and you get access to pre-market. You're going to get your watch list. There's a lot. Listen, it's $9. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, I'll give you $9 back. Okay. What I'm looking for is not to make $9 on people. I'm looking for people that are going to say, holy crap, I get it. Fausto, I'm all in. Could you please let me be part of your team? Because I want to do this. I'm looking to train people that I could trade with, that I can make thousands and thousands of dollars, not make $9. Okay. That is just to show me you're a real person. It's for a whole week. For a whole week. Dale, you know what? You only need 1 hour in the room. And you know what? If you register now, you don't have to start immediately. You could postpone it whenever you want. Okay. But you think, if you're trading the market, I know we're all busy, but there's a couple of videos. You could just watch one video and you'd be fine. It's for 7 days. All right, guys, listen, I got to go because I'm out of time here and I got to pass the mic. I want to give you guys time to register. And then in the meantime, first of all, I'd like to thank Rightline for having me again. I'm telling you, I'm exhausted. This is like the 6th webinar that I did this week. This is the most I've ever done. And I love every minute of it because now I'm starting to realize people are starting to get very excited to be part of this and start realizing what the hell am I doing? I'm home. I have nothing to do. Why don't I sit there and trade this market? The coronavirus is, killing people. I don't want to go out. I know people are going out of their mind. Well, you know what? This is obviously not making me go out of my mind, but you got to learn before you could earn. Okay. So just take the shot. Just give me 7 days. Let me just explain to you what day trading is. Let's see what the truth is. And then you make a decision, but don't lose this opportunity. You are at one of the greatest pivotal points of the market. Haven't seen this in 13 years. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening. And the numbers 9 and 8, 9 and 18. That is my birthday, September 18th. The reason why I gave you that number is that if you're a student of mine and we make a lot of money together, I expect a present when that day comes around. And trust me, you'll give me one. Okay. You're going to thank me for it. So that was the reason for those 2 numbers. Thanks, guys. Happy trading. Okay.